Anywhere you are. Good morning, colleagues. It's my pleasure to introduce James, who works with the Columban Missionaries of Birmingham. He's going to share with us his experience in facilitating active prayer. So, over to you. Thank you, James.
Thank you very much. That's good. Now I know what I'm going to do. Hello everybody, and let me first thank you all for what you do. I've got two kids. I brought them as kind of visual aids. There they are. If you're working in Catholic education, look out for Grace and Sam. So what you do is fantastic, and it is a vocation. And the fact that you're here on a Saturday, I'm humbled by. So thank you, and let's start with that. I'm hoping to only talk for about 3 minutes. Around the room, I've put a number of activities. There are kind of two main activities. This one is based around the idea of reading the signs of the times. And all I've got is a load of newspapers, and you can tell that the Columbans are kind of largely Guardian readers, so there's a number of Guardians. And what I would like you to do is come over here, sit, pick up a paper, maybe the other way around, and rip out bits. So find a bit that speaks to you. It could be an advert, it could be a headline, it could be a picture, and pray about it. And see how it speaks to you. So the idea is to read the signs of the times through the news and through... So we did this recently, and we had lots of adverts for holidays. And that got people thinking around kind of migration and who has freedom to travel and who doesn't, and carbon and all sorts of things. So it's not obvious what you'll end up praying about. And once you pray about something, I did this once with candles. I recommend you don't do that. Candles and newspapers turns out to be a bad idea. So the idea is that eventually, in the centre here, will be lots of little snippets of paper that you guys think it is worth praying about. So then you might want to wander back over and walk around and see what people have put down. Does that make sense? So over the session, we're going to grow the signs of the times here, to read the signs of the times, placing stuff around. Around the rest of the room are... Well, there's other people's bags, so they are not prayer stations. So if you find yourself looking at a bag and thinking, how do I pray about this? It is probably somebody else's bag, so ignore that. In other places, I'm just going to do a flying tour so you've got a sense. This is the most horrific one. I know I've got some primary colleagues here, and they were asking, is this appropriate? Some of it is, and some of it isn't, and this I would not use. So this is a free PDF you can download online of the 52,760 documented deaths of refugees and migrants that have died trying to get into Europe. If they know the name is there, where's the from, the cause of death, the source. What I would invite you to do is take one of them, sit quietly, look at it, and if and when you are ready, if you found a name or a particular person on that you would like to remember, I'd invite you to cut them out, scissors are there, and place them by the Lampedusa cross. Do this next. This is a Lampedusa cross. Have you all seen these before? So every diocese has at least one of these. So someone in your diocese has one, and it is made of bits of boat. Okay, so that's salt corrosion. So it's boats that have washed up at the island of Lampedusa, people trying to cross the Mediterranean. It's an amazing thing to borrow from your diocese, to get into your school and get kids touching and praying, kind of visceral experience of the reality. So I'd invite you to, hopefully by the end this will be surrounded by my attempt at a stick figure, but you can be better than that. All right. Done that. There is a quote from Pope Francis with an activity. Here there are 3 different things. This is the Bishop's Conference document, Love the Stranger. This, among other things, gives you the political coverage to be radical. And dear God, I think we need to be radical at the moment. I think that Catholic social teaching and government policy are getting further and further out of line. One school gave me a gentle telling off the other day for crossing a line, and then I kind of gave them this, and they were like, oh yeah, I suppose what you're doing is... I think we need to be asking difficult questions and speaking out. I think now is the time to be prophetic, especially coming up to an election. So from this, I have drawn out the summary of principles. And I'd invite you to look at the summary of principles and work out, well, which ones do we already do and which ones could we do better. And if you choose to, you could make a poster displaying that. This is my little piece of paper that says if you'd like any of this stuff by email, put your email on here and I'll send it to you. And if you want to be in touch with other things that we do, so insets, staff retreats. In the summer I've got a group of asylum seekers, and I'd like a group of teachers and their families, and we will all go away for 3 days. And it's amazing. We're going to Kintbury. It costs, I think, £75 a head. and it's life-changing. So if you would like to have 3 days away with a group of asylum seekers, these two have grown up doing that, and it's something very, very special. So if you would like to do that for your learning and for your family, these are poems written by that group of asylum seekers that are coming on that festival. So read a poem, enjoy it, and if you would like to, you can write back to those asylum seekers and I will take the letters back. And all of this is available, so you can get this, or I can give you a PDF of this. Round the corner, over here, these are the most recent stats, just come out, about, it's called Surviving in Poverty, and it's the kind of what's going on in the asylum system here. There's a document, there's a load of things. These are from their press release, so I can send you these if you'd like them. There's a set of kind of stats, very stark, very clear. Over there is another poem, it's the Brian Bilston one. Some of you have seen that before. If you'd like to write a poem, go over there. What have I missed? Coming up these stairs are images of Jesus as a refugee. Across the back row there are Catholic social teaching quotes. This is amazing. If you get the time, come over here. This is another one, primary colleagues, I'd be careful with. It's 13 plus. She's read some of it, but there's at least one story in here. So it's a graphic novel about people coming to Britain and how the asylum system affects them. But there is some stuff that I wouldn't let them look at. So well worth looking at those. Also is a graphic novel by the same artist around Calais, the situation in Calais. And I take sixth formers to Calais and teachers, if any of you are interested in that. What have I missed? Over here, these are reports from JRS, Jesuit Refugee Studies, and others. Sit down, have a read, have a look. I think I've missed something. Over there is the High Street Challenge, the Lift the Ban challenge. We've been doing this with secondary schools and primary schools now, where we get the kids thinking about the issues and then we go out onto the high street and talk to companies, businesses, shops about the fact that asylum seekers can't work, and that many of them, the danger step, be careful with the danger step. So we go out and we talk to businesses about, asylum seekers can't work, they're waiting 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. Someone sent me a message yesterday that got papers after 8 years. So for 8 years they weren't allowed to work. So this is an action you can do which is political, but not party political, which makes it very accessible to schools. Oh, and there's some empathetic imaginings here. And all of this I can send to you as PDFs or in a Google Drive or something if you put your name on that email address. Other way around. Put your email address on that list. Is that all right with everybody? So I'd invite you to learn for yourselves, but also think, how might you take this back to your schools? And run free. Oh, I missed this. Here is a prayer called the Immigrant's Creed. This is amazing. Come and have a look at this.